All right, guys, it was another tumultuous day in the market to cover, so we're going to talk about how the major indices fared after Jerome Powell spoke today. Every time he speaks, the markets move up or down, so we're going to talk about that, but we're also going to touch on Apple's earnings. They're announcing tomorrow, and what Goldman Sachs thinks, but we're also going to highlight a great feature here on TipRanks.com, so stick around. Hey guys, welcome back to TipRanks. I'm Richard Allen. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. My gosh, what another crazy day in the market. The major indices fared pretty well, all things considered. So let me know down in the comments how your portfolio did. My portfolios were up and down like crazy today. But we're going to talk about what Jerome Powell had to say, and it was a little bit more of what he's been saying, and it was mostly what we expected. Although he evaded a couple questions, we're going to talk about that. That spooked the market, I think, a little bit, because throughout the day, the markets were actually doing pretty well. So if we take a peek at TipRanks.com here, the S&P 500 was up 1.5% most of the day, and then Jerome Powell spoke, and then S&P tanked. The Dow Jones was up about a percentage point all day, and then it tanked after Jerome Powell started speaking. So S&P finished down 0.15%. The Dow finished down 0.38%. The NASDAQ, however, finished up on the day, but the NASDAQ was pretty much up 2 to 2.5% all day. When Jerome Powell started speaking, the NASDAQ continued to go up, and then after he spoke and did some Q&A, everything tanked, okay? But the NASDAQ finished up a little bit. Bitcoin at one point was around 39,000 per coin, but now trading under 37. So pretty volatile day for crypto. Like I said, guys, let me know how your portfolio did. Did it kind of follow the major indices, or do you have some big winners or some big losers in your portfolio? I would absolutely love to hear from you. But let's talk about Apple, what to expect, what analysts expect from their earnings expectations tomorrow. I mean, it's looking good overall, but we're going to highlight our website tool. We're going to talk about our website traffic tool and what's going on with Apple.com over the last 3 months, which is what they're reporting next. And it doesn't look fantastic. But first, let's talk about what we're expecting for their Q1 numbers. They are reporting earnings for fiscal Q1 2022. And many analysts on Wall Street are optimistic. They're predicting Apple will report year-over-year sales growth of 6.5% and 12.5% better earnings than they reported a year ago. But Goldman Sachs is giving Apple a price target of $142, which implies an 11% downside from current levels. So there are some analysts that are way less bullish or neutral on Apple right now, but Apple really is one of those stocks that is doing extremely well. It's the most expensive company. It's the largest company by market cap in the entire world. Big company. But let's take a peek at Apple.com and our website traffic tool. So if you're on TipRanks.com, if you click one of the ticker symbols, you get to the Apple screen here. Most of the time, you're going to be on this screen, okay? But if you go down to the website traffic tool, click that. What you're going to see is the traffic for Apple.com, the trends of traffic over a period. So from here, it's reporting from September 2020 through December 2021. But take a peek at that. Drastic drop in traffic. It was going up through July, August, September when they announced some new iPhones. But then traffic started to decline in peak times. Peak times with fourth quarter, usually we'll see some increases in December, right? But this year we saw quite a few decreases. So is that indicative of Apple selling less product? Potentially. So I don't know. This looks a little more bearish than the analysts are getting at, potentially. So take a peek at this website tool, this website traffic tool for your favorite stocks and see, especially if it's like a consumer stock like Apple, this can be really indicative of what's going on for what they're about to report. So if Apple comes out and they report worse earnings than we expect, the stock will probably go down. So that's something to keep in mind, especially in this volatile, crazy market we're dealing with right now. But what do the analysts think overall? Apple's trading right around $160 per share. Overall, Apple's a strong buy. It's a great American company, 27 ratings with an average upside here of 14% over the next 12 months. But of course, it's a volatile time in the market. Anything could happen. Jerome Powell evaded a couple questions. So he was asked specifically what they're looking at doing for rate hikes. Is it going to be 1/4%? Is it going to be 0.5%? And he evaded that question in saying that they have to stay nimble and they have to be humble and they have to be able to make decisions quickly. So that spooked the market when he said that, and when he started talking about, look, we're at these great places for unemployment. That means we can be a little more aggressive with rate hikes. That spooked the market as well. So he said a couple things that really tanked. Again, the NASDAQ was trading at about 2.5% pretty much all day up, right? And then he spoke and, right? The NASDAQ barely finished up on the day. So this spooked the market a little bit. Now, futures are trending up, however. So I don't know how the market's going to perform over the next couple days, but we didn't really get a ton of certainty from Jerome Powell. They are looking to hike rates. They probably will hike rates in March, but we didn't get any real definitive answers on what those rate hikes will be and whether they will be more aggressive or not, but he left the door open to be more aggressive. So it's something to keep in mind. Obviously, we'll report on Apple earnings tomorrow. I'll make another video after Apple reports after hours tomorrow. So stick around for more of that. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for another video. As always, I appreciate each and every single one of you. If you learned something new or found any value in this video at all, let me know by hitting that like button and that subscribe button down below. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.